started with the next chapter. Okay, let me go back to the last place where I ended. Okay, chapter 34, summer 2004, academic year 2004-2005. Unlike other summer vacations, this one started out stressful for Erica. Keep Michael alive, even though she'll spend most of it in England. She double-checked, triple-checked, quadruple-checked her checklist of things she needs to bring with her to a duplex in Brisbane. She made certain to include all Chiaki's cooking show videos, companion cookbooks. She also brought all the books she bought at the clinic. When they arrived in Brisbane, Erica made certain to leave all the cookbooks in the kitchen. When they arrived, that way, when she's in England, Michael can use the cookbooks to prepare his own meals. Granted, Alex and Chiaki, as well as Devin and Yennefer, also live on the property with his cousin. So if he needs help, then they're just a few steps away. Since they will have 3 new housemates in Santa Clara the following year. She also nudged Michael to remove the exercise equipment and leave it at their new home in Brisbane. He nodded. She also made certain to remove all the refrigerator magnets from their apartment in Santa Clara. As soon as they arrived in the home in Brisbane, she placed the magnets onto their new refrigerator. Since Michael's parents paid for the home and grand unit, Michael and his parents went to the title company to change the homeowner to Michael's name only. Next, Michael and Richard went to their attorney's office to register the grand unit as a rental property and put Richard as the registered tenant. At this time, the attorney wrote up the rental agreement and both men signed it on their way home. Michael went to the county assessor's office to pay the property tax. During this time, Erica dropped off her belongings at the apartment above the clinic. Next, she went to Alex and Chaki's home, moved their family's belongings out of their home into Michael's home, and Michael returned. Here and Erica went back to the attorney's office to set up a legal agreement that Michael gives Erica permission to use his home as storage for her family's belongings if nothing bad happens. This is just a piece of paper. However, if any questions come up, this document will clearly spell out each person's responsibilities and rights. At this time, Erica gave Michael a check for the agreed upon 1-year storage fee. They went to the community garden. They worked together with Deb and Yennefer to take care of the garden. Next to harvest only what they needed. For dinner, Chiaki said that they're working on making pickled Japanese plum and bobashi and will have some ready that winter. Erica was in awe. They returned to their apartment to make dinner. Returned to their house. To make dinner, Michael's cousin Richard already made some homemade linguiça, so they worked together to make Michael's favorite Hawaiian-style Portuguese bean soup. They also made some malasadas and some salad with homemade dressing. After saying itadakimasu, they ate their first dinner together. Also, to make certain Michael's cousin Richard meets Kim, Erica and Michael took his cousin and his daughter to the Buddhist temple the next day for Sunday services. Much to their relief, Kim's husband Pedro immediately figured out why they suddenly introduced them to each other. Michael explained Kim Pedro's situation to Richard. He immediately was on board to provide whatever support they need. And the icing on the cake was the fact that Kim immediately warmed to their daughter Ashley. With everything in place, Erica was ready to fly to England with Dolores. The clinic's senior nutritionist, Erica spent the night before at the apartment upstairs, apartment San Francisco, apartment above the clinic. She called Michael to let him know that she arrived safely at the apartment. Next morning, they drove to San Francisco International Airport in Dolores' car. Erica made sure to bring Diane Shepperson Mill's book with her. With Dolores joining her on this trip, they made sure to have all the questions prepared ahead of time. Erica knew this will most likely be her only trip to England, so she made certain to bring her digital camera with her. Since the flight home would take 10.5 hours, Erica took some anti-motion sickness tablets prior to the flight, and to keep her preoccupied, she used this time to get to know Dolores better. Dolores got into nutrition when she read the 1940 book by Victor H. Lindlar titled You Are What You Eat. When the plane landed at England's International Airport, Erica immediately texted Michael that they had arrived safely at London's International Airport. He replied, "Good luck." Peter's father's business partner, also Maria Mashing Murphy Shaw's in-law, met them at baggage claim. There they spent the first day sightseeing. Next day, Erica got blood work done. After lunch at a nearby restaurant, they met up with Diane Shepperson Mills. They had a lively conversation about how nutrition can be used to help patients who have endometriosis. They concluded the day with dinner at the local restaurant. After going over the events of the day that evening, they retired. After the lab had results, Erica went to the general practitioner to go over the results. In addition to the information she already knew about her health, she learned one new thing. She has low progesterone. When she asked how the clinic in San Francisco can detect this, she asked about the possible causes. Next, she asked about treatment options as well as the risk and benefits of each. Fortunately, they offer natural progesterone cream as an option. They will have her get blood work done over the next few weeks so they can figure out the exact amount of cream she needs to apply to her skin every day. After she asked about the side effects and what she should do if she wants to stop taking it, they started her a progesterone cream regimen. During the day, she went sightseeing. Once a week, she went to get blood work done. She followed up with her doctor to go over the results and adjust the amount of cream as needed. A few weeks later, they were able to figure out the exact dosage. At this time, Erica asked where she can get more cream in the States. Once she got all the questions answered, as well as a 1 year supply of cream, they booked the next flight back to San Francisco. Every day, she looked at the time, made sure to call Michael at least once a day to know how his day went. Once they were ready to return to California, she texted Michael as soon as they boarded their flight, as well as when they landed back in San Francisco International Airport. After they got their baggage, Dolores drove them back to San Francisco. After Erica thanked Dolores for the trip, she stayed overnight at the apartment. At that time, she went downstairs to get her mail. In addition to the care package from her aunt, she got transcripts from both universities as well as a diploma from the private university. The next day, she led the clinic's next meeting with what she has learned. Pedro said that she will include progesterone into her blood work panel as well as figure out what the clinic needs to do to sell the cream. At this time, she updated them on her college career. She just earned her bachelor's degree in theater arts at the private university. Next year, she will earn dual bachelor's master's degree in public health. She would like to take the summer off to be with her family in Japan. When she returns, she would like to resume working part-time at clinic, part-time at the studio until further notice. At that time, she would like to pay for part of her private health insurance, as she feels it wouldn't be fair for them to pay for the full-time person when she's working there part-time. After they agreed, they went over the rest of the items on the agenda, then they concluded the meeting. After working at the clinic that evening, Erica drove to Brisbane to help Michael make dinner for them. Richard and his daughter Ashley. Erica spent the rest of the summer vacation living in San Francisco, driving to Brisbane to make dinner. Although Erica was sad that Alex, Chiaki, Devin, and Jennifer moved on with their respective lives, she was happy that they are together again. Moreover, she's happy that they gained Richard and his daughter Ashley. They also used this time to get to know each other better. To further build bridges, they worked on the community garden every weekend. They made certain to spend every Sunday attending services at a Buddhist temple in San Francisco with Kim and Payadar. Currently, Erica, Michael, and his parents RSVP their attendance at the Murphy family Thanksgiving gathering. On the other hand, Alex and Chucky's tribal member and child remain in the background for now. However, she hoped that there will be a small but cohesive community soon. After summer vacation ended, Erica and Michael returned to Santa Clara to prepare for the final year. Not surprisingly, when they returned to the apartment, 3 new housemates were already moving in. 2 were junior transfers, 1 was a graduate student. After they introduced themselves, Erica took the lead in proposing a rotating cleaning schedule. Also, she proposed ground rules. After she opened the floor for a rebuttal or adjustments, excuse me, they agreed to a schedule and rules. Erica posted the academic schedule of the university on the cork board in the living room, as well as the cleaning schedule, and in the evening she resumed working at the property manager's office. That Monday, she resumed going to the public university. It was her 5th year, however, it was graduate school at the same time. So things were even more intense. While she took graduate level classes, she was working on the thesis at the same time, so she set aside half her time working on completing her thesis. After updating her introductory paragraph, updated research, she detailed exactly what She gave each of her research subjects a form consent form, 2 questionnaires. She detailed which statistical tests she would do on the data. After writing what her results were, she worked on writing her concluding paragraph. In addition to classes, she was also a teaching assistant to the other professors as well. At the university, she resumed therapy at the Students' Health Center to help her work on what she'll do after she graduates. She also used this opportunity to see exactly how the Student Health Center runs so she can add additional ideas for the Wellness Center. On weekends, she continued pickleball. This wasn't just getting physical exercise, this was also a chance to continue to learn how to communicate. When he saw that she was lost in thought, he carefully asked her what was concerning her. She carefully continued the conversation from the year before. Although she's not bothered by the fact that he looks at other people, the clinic is the exact opposite. They are super strict about what people can and cannot do in public as well as in private. Since he'll start working as an office manager at the Adaptive Fitness Center, all it would take is one staff person or one client to complain about his behavior, and both of them will be in danger of losing their jobs. He gasped and covered his mouth. When he regains composure, he said that he'll talk with Peda and Chiaki's elder brother for advice and will get back to her. Erica voiced her concern. He also talked about what's bugging him. She wasn't ready to watch the made-for-television movie Daniel Steele's Mixed Blessing. He did read the book. She apologized for taking liberty of turning the channel. He waived her concern, said that the book version was way better, addressing each character's backstory. He carefully said what he was thinking about this long before it became a movie. Even if both are fertile and want kids, that's not necessarily a good thing. Since she has endometriosis, any pregnancy and delivery will be high risk, plus there's a high risk of miscarriage as well. On the other hand, if Michael is sterile, then his being gay is a non-issue, and he wished he knew that before his parents found out. She gasped and covered her mouth. She never thought of that before. For her focus on sex education needs to stop assuming that all children are straight. It never dawned on her that sex education also assumed that all children are fertile as well. However, she needed to be focused on what Michael had to say next, so she put all this on the back burner. It gave her ideas on what sex education needs to talk about instead. Since Michael didn't resume talking, Erica carefully asked him what he needed. He carefully said that he needs to know either way. Erica carefully told him that whenever a patient sees a doctor, there is a very real possibility that it would open up a Pandora's box, and the result either way would be emotionally painful. At this time, she carefully told him that she would support him 100%. He nodded, then he said that he'll see a specialist next week. As soon as he gets the results, he needs her to drive him to his parents' home and give him the news. She carefully suggested that he puts it in a manila envelope. Peda did the same with her, and it helped her. He nodded. Next day, she went to San Jose for Sunday service at the Buddha Temple, and since she didn't know what the result would be, she took a prayer beads, prayed for the strength to support Michael regardless of the results. That Friday evening, Michael gave Erica a manila envelope. He told her that he's too scared to open it. She carefully opened it and read the results. Since he was emotionally in tune to Erica at this point in their friendship, he immediately knew. She immediately hugged him, and both of them were in tears. When he regained his composure, they washed up in the bathroom and they quietly made dinner together. Fortunately, their 3 housemates were spending Friday night outside the apartment, so they were able to start processing the information quietly. Next morning, Michael told Erica that he told his parents they'll be in Daly City later that day due to an important reason. She nodded. After they ate breakfast, they cleaned up. While Erica drove them to Daly City, Michael held a manila envelope and went over exactly how he would break the news to his parents. Every scenario resulted in all 4 of them crying. However, this is something that he had to get off his chest immediately. By the time they arrived in Daly City, Michael did not have any words. So he did to his parents what he did to Erica. He just gave them the manila envelope. He took a step back, waited for the other shoe to drop. As soon as they read the results, they were in tears, immediately apologized to Michael for everything. Erica brought all four of them together. They hugged each other. After they regained their composure, they spent the rest of the day at his parents' home. They went over exactly what this means and how that'll affect Erica and Michael's future. Granted, they're not the first couple who will be double income, no kids. However, in the long term, this will become a bigger issue. At this time, Michael's father mentioned the option of adoption and surrogacy. Erica carefully told him that she has spent past 4 years evaluating her parents' marriage and divorce. Even if her mother didn't suffer from early menopause, without any medical treatment, she spent her childhood in a hostile family environment with toxic parents. So she carefully told him that she honestly does not feel that she would feel confident to be a parent. Not surprisingly, Michael carefully said that he thought so. At this time, they went over how they would tell her parents and his relatives in Hawaii that they would not have any children of their own. The reason is they must put this out there, is the fact that they'll be bombarded with questions of when they'll have grandbabies. So, at this time, Michael's mom carefully asked Erica how she would go about her own marriage. While Erica went over the details, Michael's mom also chimed in since her parents are also divorced. And she went over this with Michael's dad before they got married. They concluded with Erica thanking both Michael's parents for making it possible for her to meet their son. They parroted their appreciation for Erica being the best person who happened to be their son. Next, they made plans for next summer vacation. They'll start with Japan, then they'll go to Hawaii. After they hugged each other, Erica drove Michael back to Santa Clara. Michael was in awe. Somehow, she improved the bad news he had with warm fuzzies at the end of the visit to his parents. In all honesty, Erica needed to finish on a positive note. There was so much negativity from the child that she just needed to carefully change the subject as well. Thanksgiving, they joined the Murphy family for the gathering. At this time, Jonathan said that he'll join them in Japan and Hawaii, the following summer. After hearing Chucky gush about the fishing village, he decided to take a look. Erica asked him to consider having Chucky make a video about traveling and food a la Anthony Bourdain's A Cook Store. He said that he'll talk with them when they start the next season of the next cooking show. Winter break, they spent Christmas at the Hashimoto's home in Daly City. They spent New Year's at Chucky's parents' home. Next day, Erica went to the clinic to get their income tax documents. They spent the rest of the break at their home in Brisbane. Chucky gave them some of their homemade umeboshi. This time, they also made certain to watch the latest The Lord of the Rings films. Erica was in awe that the star of The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Hugo Weaving, was also in this film. When Erica mentioned this, Michael had her watch the Matrix series. Although the lad was a bit too abstract for her, she was amazed at his range. These movies were completely different from each other, and he played each character exceptionally well. The day before Michael's university was going to reopen, they drove back to Santa Clara. During the day, Michael drummed up new clients. In the evenings, he took classes. For Erica, during the day, she worked on her final play at the private university. When she got back to the apartment, she worked at the property management office for an hour. Then she returned to her apartment to make dinner. A couple weeks later, her graduate school reopened for the final academic term. While she took classes for coursework, she put the finishing touches on her master's thesis. During spring break, she went to the accountant, filed income tax. Again, much to her relief, she's paying tuition and rent. She owed less income tax. During this week, the Terry Schiavo case was on the news. Erica voiced her concern regarding what they need to do if a similar situation happens to either of them. And Michael said that the reason this was an issue was because she did not sign an advanced medical directive before she took ill. At this time, both of them decided to do so. The last thing Erica wanted was to get into a legal battle with his parents. Once she and her academic advisor were ready, she defended her thesis. This was a month before graduation. Much to their relief, she passed. She spent the rest of the month finishing up her classes and got ready to graduate. In late May, she graduated with a bachelor's and master's degree in public health. Alex Chucky's parents, Michael's parents were in attendance. After graduation, Erica continued to put the finishing touches up for her final play. In early June, the play had its premiere and got a standing ovation. It was a huge labor of love. Erica was pleased with the results. After she got the DVD made, she packed it into her suitcase. Later that month, Mike graduated with his second bachelor's degree. Again, everybody was in attendance. After the ceremony, they started packing for the permanent move to Brisbane. By this time, she got the academic transcripts for both universities, as well as her own personal copy of her master's thesis. She put everything into her suitcase. Also, while they were packing, Erica and Michael talked at length about their future. She started with everything she learned the hard way about her parents and her younger sibling. Next, she talked about what she would have done differently if she knew then what she knows now. Then she talked about how she would present the information to her family. After she went over her spiel, he nodded. Once they had everything in boxes, thoroughly cleaned the apartment, they gave the key card and the Hickory Farms gift basket with their thanks to the property manager. At this time, Erica notified her bank, Department of Motor Vehicles, both universities of her permanent move. Erica informed her family in Japan to forward all her mail to the clinic in San Francisco. After they drove back to Brisbane, Erica put all her boxes into her room in Michael's home. At this time, she paid Michael her storage fee. Next, she drove to San Francisco to drop off her carry-on bag and suitcase. At this time, Michael went to the county assessor's office to pay his property tax. Then she drove back to Brisbane to help Michael, Richard, and his daughter make dinner. That evening, Erica went back to the apartment above the clinic. After she prayed that everything would work out, she took a long, hot bath and retired. So any questions, comments, constructive criticisms, asking for clarification, leave it in the description comments below, and I shall see you next time. Take care.